Hi everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy and thank you for tuning in today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 acting exercises that you can do from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to worry about not having enough money to go and pay a coach. You don't need to have to worry about, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this a good technique for me? I've been able to go to drama school and get my BFA training and my MFA training, and I want to share with you some things that you can do every single day to be able to practice your acting from the comfort of your own home at your own personal and designed pace. So here are some things to do. The first one is this. I want you to think about what is it that actors do. Actors emote emotions. We have to be in the moment of a scene, connecting with the other characters, but also being able to tell a story to the audience who's watching us. Now, one of the mistakes that a lot of actors make in the beginning when they're brand new actors and they don't really know what to do is that your body and your emotions is not actually lining up together. Meaning, you may be having a scene where you're supposed to be completely angry, and then you're trying to do the scene and maybe you're raising your voice and you're talking a little bit louder, but then when you go and watch yourself back, you're like, oh my God, that wasn't any good at all. I thought I was doing good acting, but it's not. There's a disconnect. If you're just yelling, right? I can talk louder like this, but you're not gonna think that I'm angry just because I'm talking louder and raising my voice. You're gonna be looking at the physicality that I have. What am I actually doing with my body? What am I doing with my face? I'm gonna give you a line right here that I want you to repeat. This is your practicing moment. The line is, I love you. Can we all say that line? I love you. Now your next step is you're gonna say I love you again. But this time I want you to put a scowl on your face. You're gonna make your face look really angry and you're gonna still say I love you. You still have to sound the same. You still have to sound like you love this person and you're deeply connected to them. But again, your face has to look angry. So now try that. I love you. It probably feels really awkward. Who's gonna believe that? Nobody would. And when you do it by yourself, when you actually try this experiment, you're gonna feel in your body naturally. Every student that I've done this with, 100% of them have always said, yeah, this feels really awkward. It doesn't feel right. Because we know in our bodies, since we're human beings, we actually do know what feels right and natural and what doesn't. And if we make an angry face, when we're trying to be happy and in love with this person, our body's naturally saying, hey, this is weird. We shouldn't be doing this. And it may feel forced at first, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that this is always how you're going to be practicing as an actor, but again, as a beginning actor who's just getting used to acting, you have to realize that your whole instrument needs to be used as an actor. And your face and your body tends to get neglected a lot when you're in the beginning because you don't know what to do. So what you're trying to do is implement this into your practice so you start to get used to, oh yeah, I have a face. Oh yeah, I have a body. Our second exercise is working on an emotional skill. So as I said before, as actors, we have emotions. We have to play with them. But our emotions don't just stay at one note. We're playing, going up and down. When you watch a movie and you see Leonardo DiCaprio on the screen, is he always at a 10 at anger? He's not just playing with different emotions, but he's also playing with the levels of each emotion. So an exercise that you can do for yourself is just to find, again, a simple line that you're going to say. It could be, I love you. It could be, I hate you. It could be any of these lines, and it has to have an emotional context to it. Now, when you have that emotion, you're going to play it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the smallest level of that emotion, and then 10 being the biggest level, where you actually have to go all the way to the extreme of that emotion of what you can accomplish. If the line had to be, for example, I hate you, well then you're going to do it at 1 and you're going to be small. I hate you. 2 is even bigger. I hate you. 3 is even bigger. I hate you. 4 is even bigger. I hate you. And then you would keep going on and on and on and so forth. As a way for you to practice this right now, pick an emotion for yourself. Whether it's you want it to be happy, you want it to be sad, you want it to be anger, pick an emotion. And then pick some words that you feel for you that's comfortable that go along with it. For anger, maybe it's I hate you. For love, it might be just I love you. Or happiness, you may say I love you. Find those words for yourself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 1 all the way to 10. And now your job at home is to literally go and increase your level of emotion based off of the number I give you. All right? So get your words, get your emotions. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, so hopefully you were able to go through that entire experience just to see how you did. Now, again, if you're a beginning actor and you're just starting out, maybe you went a little bit too much. Maybe you weren't even able to go all the way to 10. Maybe for you, your range right now that you're actually comfortable doing, that you think you do a decent job, is maybe 1 to 4. Maybe it's 1 to 5. But now you know where you have to keep building from. If you know that you can make it to 1 to 5, now you can track your progress and your improvement. That's one of the big things. As an actor, it can be hard to track yourself. But if you actually make goalposts and you find and discover where you are, tracking yourself becomes really easy. Now, the third exercise for practicing your acting at home is memorization. So as an actor, we have to get used to memorizing tons of text. If you ever get a lead role in a play, in a movie, in a television show, you're gonna have a lot of lines that you have to be able to memorize. Sometimes you only have a day or two to get your lines down, so you need to know the tricks for yourself. One of the simple things that everybody's always gonna do is they just read their lines again over and over and over and over. Anybody can do that. But there are some extra techniques that you can also use to increase the speed at which you memorize your lines. So here's one thing that's really simple. You can just record your lines on your phone and listen to it on loop over and over and over again. You're building this subconsciously into yourself. The reason that this works is because your favorite song that you love, you already know all the lines to it. But you never had to go and Google on your computer, oh my God, this Taylor Swift song, and then you had to sit there for hours upon hours just trying to memorize all of her lines. You listened to it. It was able to subconsciously get into your mind, which can also work with the lines that we're working on. Another one is just literally having your lines, and the night before, right before you go to sleep, for the last 10 to 15 minutes, look at your lines, work on them. Don't go and do your phone afterwards. Just have your lines literally right before you fall asleep. And then when you wake up, go and review your lines. You will be surprised to see how much of your lines actually get memorized just from that process alone. I tell this to all of my students that I work with. It's a big memorization hack that has worked for so many actors, and I implore you to just give it a go. Find some lines tonight, work on them, see what happens from the end of your night to the beginning of your next day. Third memorization hack is almost kind of like building cue cards for ourselves. So with our dialogue, every word has to start with a letter. And depending on what that letter is, you're gonna write that on the page. So for example, to be or not to be, you would write T, B, O, and then so on and so forth. But this way, we don't actually have to see the entire word. We're slowly pulling away the words until we don't actually have anything that we need to reference at all, and we just have the lines down in our head. Point number 4 is discovering our 5 W's. Now, this is really helpful for the actor because it's building information. The more information that we have, the better that we can play our characters. Meaning, if I know everything about my character, I'll know when they're getting angry, when they're getting mad, if they have a chip on their shoulder or not. You can do the same thing. Who is your character? Are they a billionaire or are they somebody who's just trying to get a job? If you don't know who your character is, you can't play them properly. It is impossible. But you only get good at this if you actually go through and practice discovering your who, what, when, where, and why. You make it a habit for yourself. If you just spend just 5 to 10 minutes every single day, which is extremely easy for everybody, you're going to get used to that idea of finding the 5 W's. And anytime you get a scene when you really have to audition for a part, when it actually counts, you're going to be so used to actually going through the process and discovering your 5 W's of who, what, when, where, and why. You need to be able to answer these questions. And when you can answer them properly, you start to build more depth for your characters, which makes you a more interesting actor. Point number 5 is learning through osmosis. So osmosis is literally learning by watching other great actors. There's so many bad actors that we can find out there. Just open up Netflix or Amazon or HBO. Not every single piece of acting is going to be great. There's a lot of bad actors out there that we are exposed to. If you're serious about acting and you really want to improve on your craft, you need to get used to watching only the great actors, because then you can learn what they do and you can naturally start to build it in for yourself. Now, the easiest way to do this is just go and look at all the movies that have been nominated for Oscars. Typically, it's going to have a lot of really good acting in there, and there's a ton to choose from. Go through it. How many Oscar-nominated movies have you actually seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10. It's not that much. So you need to go and watch great actors so you can actually understand what good and solid great acting is. So I hope you all like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. If you want to improve your acting, take it to the next level and really learn our 10-hour acting masterclass. Our 2.0 version is linked down in the description down below and also in the comment section. And there you can get 10 hours of pure acting knowledge to work at your own pace from the comfort of your own home. And if you like this video, then you're really going to love this video right over here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.